You alleged too that Nicole Murphy had relations with your ex-husband. Were you two friends?
Mm-hmm. Birthday parties. I've been to her house. She was at my bachelorette party. But you know what? At that time, my mother told me then. She said, but you got to watch that one there. And I was like, who? I said, the one dancing? She said, yes, that's Eddie Murphy's wife. You said, you got to watch that one.
Current wife at the time or ex at the time?
I want to say, I think she was still married. They were still married. And I was like, no, And so, when your mom tell you something about new school, you feel like you old school, And she was right.
Nicole Murphy has always been the type to stay classy and keep her head low, never chasing drama. But when it comes to LisaRaye McCoy, things have never been peaceful. Their feud runs deep, ever since LisaRaye straight up accused Nicole of being the third wheel in her marriage to Michael McKissick. Everything changed.
Thing is this, when you're a woman and you grown, let's handle it like a woman. Let's talk face to face and let's get it out. But here's the thing. I sat with her a couple of months ago, longer than a couple of months ago, about 6 months ago. And
this was after the alleged affair?
Before.
Okay.
And I said, let's talk about it, because I waited a very long time for you and I to get like this right here, face to face,
Okay.
And
no, she's talking about Nicole, not me.
Right.
Relax.
And we had a good conversation, because she said to me, you know what? We're two older women that look good that's in the business. I hate this. And I do too, because I hate when we can't bridge the gap between women. We should not be in that position.
Right.
I will say this.
Despite once being tight friends, LisaRaye went off and called Nicole a homewrecker, claiming she had a thing for married men. The shade was real, but Nicole, she brushed it off like, I don't have time for this mess. Still, it seems the bad blood didn't cool down. Not one bit.
Here's the thing, Lila and Nicole have reportedly been close friends for years, and they travel in the same circle.
And my thing is this, plus, you're not talking about it all the time. That's that friendship stuff.
Yeah.
No, ma'am.
Well, the whole internet's on fire about it. Even your sister, the brat, LisaRaye McCoy, jumped in social media and said, girl, Nikki Murphy, you went after Lela Rashawn's husband too? Shaking my head so wrong again.
Ooh, wait, hold on.
So what's the fine print of the tea? Like, did she go after LisaRaye's husband when she was married to the...
Absolutely. When my sister was the first lady of Turks and Caicos, absolutely.
What?
Word on the street is that Nicole allegedly started sniffing around LisaRaye's new man just to get even. Whew, that's wild. If that's true, then this beef just reached a whole new level. At this point, let's be real. These two might never make peace again. Too many secrets, too much heat, and way too many receipts for them to ever see eye to eye again.
That's true, absolutely true.
So what happened exactly?
Just what you said. She messed around with my husband. Here's the thing. We've all done something that we regret. We've all made mistakes, and we all have to learn from that. But when you start doing it and being messy enough to do it amongst family, how does a family kiss turn into a I'm sorry apology? Like, what do you mean? You didn't know that she was married? We all know that she was married. And that was 20 years. That's history. You don't do that amongst friends.
Right.
Because there's no loyalty.
Right.
There's no loyalty, and you got to look up, and your person that you invited to your house and you celebrating your birthdays and going to games with, you got to look up and they're in Italy with your husband.
Right.
Let's not forget who threw the first punch in this messy back and forth. It was LisaRaye who came swinging hard. Remember when she called Nicole out over that whole Antoine Fuqua scandal? Yeah, that one. Nicole got caught locking lips with Antoine, who just so happens to be Lela Rashad's husband. While they were both on vacation, the pictures alone had the internet losing its mind. That PR storm was no joke. Folks were saying Nicole wasn't just flirting. She was out here trying to snatch another woman's man, plotting to wreck Antoine and Layla's marriage just to have him to herself. It was straight chaos. But LisaRaye wasn't done yet. Oh no, she allegedly hit Nicole where it hurt most.
How'd you find that out?
I had checked the manifest of my plane, because we owned a plane. And so when you check that list, it says all the people that have rolled on the plane. And she didn't ride on it with me, and nor did she receive an invitation from me. So if you had a girlfriend that has her own island, I would think that you would call and say, hey girl, I'm coming, because I was getting everybody to come. So why you would accept an invitation from him and you don't even know him is unbeknownst to me. I don't know how that could happen. Do you? I guess not.
I never owned a private plane or
not that part.
I don't know, but meaning, yes, this is too rich for me. The manifest of the list, like, damn. So you saw her name on the list.
Mm-hmm. And I tried to call her. And, you know, at first she said, no, I haven't been to Turks and Caicos. I have not been. And it was like, well, wait a minute, you know. And then I called again, and then she stopped answering the phone. So at the time she was dating, at this time,
Michael
when
Strahan?
I found out, she was dating Michael Strahan. So I called him. And I said, hey, do you know anything about this? And, you know, we talked or whatever. And I said, well, you know, let me send you a tape that I have of proof. You know, and so I did.
What tape? What was on the tape?
You know, it was a tape of her and Michael where she was dropping Michael off at the private airport in her car. And they opened the gate and they pulled up to the plane, and she gets out and he gets out, and I go, oh, I didn't know y'all knew each other. And I'm gonna leave it right there because that part is my business. The other part is someone else's business, which I've never, you know, would speak on. But for me, that was enough. It was like, wow, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Me too.
Friends don't do that now. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that I would think an enemy would do, or somebody that I just don't know. But someone that you have to watch your girl. Where I come from, south side of Chicago, that's an ass whooping. That's an ass whooping. Period.
Word is, back when Nicole was engaged to Michael Strahan, LisaRaye sent him receipts showing Nicole's so-called shady behavior, and that was all it took for Michael to slam the brakes on that wedding plan. The ring came off, the love story ended, and the drama, it only got louder. When LisaRaye was asked why she kept pressing Nicole like that, she didn't hold back for a second. She claimed Nicole had an affair with her ex-husband, Michael McKissick, while they were still married, and that betrayal cut deep.
Nicole Murphy, you're disgusting. You sat on that couch and you laughed. It ain't no moment, it's a mess. You wrong for that. You the type of women that let these men be evil. They gotta have some help, and women like you are that type of help.
But what really stung wasn't just Nicole sneaking around with Michael. It was the fact that LisaRaye trusted her as a friend. That kind of stab in the back, it hits different. Lisa later tried to play it cool, saying she didn't want any bad blood since they still move in the same Hollywood circles. She said, we'll never be friends again, but I don't want no tension. Cute words, but Nicole wasn't buying any of it. Word on the block says Nicole was heated that LisaRaye was out here spilling tea in interviews and then pretending to be the bigger person. The nerve. And baby, if LisaRaye thought Nicole's thing with Michael was betrayal, she hadn't seen nothing yet. Because right after that, rumors started flying that LisaRaye was seeing Pastor Noel Jones around 2011. And guess who allegedly found her way into that situation too? Nicole just couldn't resist stirring the pot again. The minute whispers started that LisaRaye and Pastor Noel Jones were more than friends, Lisa shut it down fast. She said, there's nothing going on here. He's just my spiritual advisor, a friend. That's it.
It may be social media. No. Social media took on a mountain of its own. And like I said, listen, it said I broke up somebody's marriage, which is absolutely false. I never did that. There was a statement released by that ex-husband saying it's false. And
you're talking about when LisaRaye got involved and said you slept with her husband.
Yes, and it's not true.
No, she talked real breezy on social media.
I know, it's not true. First of all, her husband released a statement.
That was Turks and Caicos King.
Yes, saying it's not true.
Yeah, I saw that.
Nobody focused on that issue. No one, they just focused
on the bed with Roxy, so.
It had nothing to do with me.
I'm just saying.
But the funny thing? Pastor Noel didn't rush to clear it up himself. He let those rumors simmer in the streets for a good while. Even on his show, Pastors of LA, they played right into it, teasing the whole, could LisaRaye be a pastor's wife? Storyline, like it was primetime drama, and for a moment, people really thought something real was brewing between them. Eventually, Noel tried to walk it back, claiming they were never a couple. But by then, the gossip train had already left the station. Now here's where it gets juicy. Insiders swear those two actually had something going on, and it was getting serious. Until, out of nowhere, somebody else decided to step into the mix. And guess who that somebody was? Yup, Nicole Murphy. Rumor has it that the second Nicole found out Lisa was moving on with someone she knew, she came circling right back into the picture like a storm. Nicole came swinging hard, and she made sure to hit LisaRaye right where it hurts. And guess what? She didn't feel a drop of guilt about it. In her mind, if LisaRaye could ruin her relationship, then Lisa's thing with Pastor Noel Jones was fair game too. Petty? Maybe. But Nicole clearly wanted that revenge loud and clear. Still, after seeing how Nicole moved, the internet wasn't rocking with her at all. People said she should have just let it go once Lisa stopped mentioning her name. One fan tweeted, "Nicole Murphy is too gorgeous to be this diabolical. Sleeping with your friend's husband? That's low down and embarrassing." Another wrote, "I don't get it. How can Nicole leave Eddie after being cheated on, only to turn around and mess with her friend's man? The streets were not kind to her. They said she cared more about staying that girl than keeping her friendships real." So here's the question. Was Nicole Murphy right to get her lick back, or should she have just walked away and kept her peace? Drop your thoughts below, because this tea is wild. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Addies.